All right, all right, all right. Hello, hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me see. I think we're good, y'all. Happy Thursday, y'all. It is about to be Friday. It's about to be the end of the week. Who is ready for the week? Hold on now. Who is ready for the weekend? Who is ready for the weekend, y'all? Can't see out there. I am ready for the weekend. I am ready for the weekend. I am ready for the weekend, y'all. Just have to make sure I'm safe here because I heard my cage is closed. But yes, y'all, if you are watching, welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. We are going to be talking about some of the reasons why you have not yet opened your beauty supply store and how you can fix that in 5 days. Okay. So a lot of you have been saying that you have been wanting to open a beauty supply store for years. How do I know this? Because I get on the consults and 9 times out of 10, when I ask someone, well, how long has this been a goal of yours? How long have you wanted to open a store? It is usually years. Y'all usually tell me years, okay, that you have been following me for a while. You've watched all the lives. You've taken notes. You've done the research. Um, but you still don't have, the funding, you don't have the location, you don't have, your vendors set up, you don't have your funding secured, right? You just lack a plan. And it's not because you lack effort, right? It's not because you're lazy. It's really because you haven't been taught like the step by step of what needs to happen. And when people don't have a clear roadmap of what needs to happen, action really can't take place. I am like that. Like, I really need a roadmap in order for me to take action on something. Like, I have been forever trying to get my nighttime routine together. And I know for me, if I don't have a minute by minute of what I should be doing at night, I'm just going to wind up with my Netflix, with my dessert, and my laptop, and I'm just going to be working. So I need a minute for minute like outline of what needs to happen. And some of y'all the same way. You need the step by step outline of what needs to happen or what you should do so that you can move forward. So I'm gonna break that down for you guys tonight on some major things that need to take place in order for you to open your beauty supply stores. So let's get into the number one thing I want to talk about, which is inventory. Now, inventory is your money maker in your beauty supply store. Okay, guys, this is the largest asset on your balance sheet. And this is where a good portion of your budget is going to go. Is inventory, is creating your product mix. And so if you don't understand how much inventory you're going to need for your beauty supply store, what kind of inventory you should be buying, and who to buy it from, right? You will wind up wasting a lot of money and time. I will tell you guys, when I first opened my beauty supply store, I spent about $20,000 with the wrong vendors. Like, had the completely wrong vendors, terrible pricing, middleman vendors. Like, I just didn't know what I didn't know. Okay. And this is why I say to you guys, like, you need to build out your product mix. Building that product mix is literally the lifeline of your business. Okay. This is what I'm going to teach you guys to do in the 5 day challenge, is making sure that you build out your proper product mix so that you will not waste money on inventory that's not going to sell in your beauty supply store. Because you can have the largest beauty supply store and still wind up failing because you stocked your store with the wrong product, or you got into a partnership with the wrong vendors. Okay. It could be one of the two. Second piece is going to be that initial build out of your beauty supply store. Okay. This is where the experience for your customer is going to lie. This is where the experience for your customer is going to lie. And so when we talk about branding your beauty supply business, we're essentially talking about the experience that you're going to have in your beauty supply store. So it's not just the colors and the color theme, it's everything, right? It is the layout. How do people move around in your space? Is it spacious? Is it packed? Is it tight? Is it busy? Right? The shelving, the branding, right? This is going to separate you from the random Asian owned beauty supply store versus the ones where people are like, I don't even feel like I'm in a beauty supply store. This just feels different. It feels luxury, it feels high end, right? This is where I want to spend my money. I feel safe here. I feel like, I feel like a different person in this beauty supply store. Because you can go into different stores and feel like a different type of person, right? I feel like a different person when I'm in like a Nordstrom versus, let's say, a Walmart, right? Walmart, you want to just be in and out. Walmart, I want to be in and out. Nordstrom, I can sit around. I could walk. I feel comfortable. I can spend my whole day at Nordstrom. So this is a part of the experience, and this is what you want to make sure that you get right when you are first starting your beauty supply store. Okay, that is another third of where your budget is going to go, is that build out and building out the experience. Okay. The third thing that you want to keep in mind when you're building out your store is having enough money for your overhead expenses. Now, this is where a lot of store owners get taken out, is these overhead expenses, because they did not properly account for how much money they would be spending per month to actually keep the doors open, as well as how much money you need to bring in order to keep your doors open bare minimum. My father taught me this day one, that you have to make X amount of sales every single day in order to keep your doors open. This was before you take into account what that profit is going to look like. And so, because we understand that as a brand new brick and mortar business, you will be spending the first 6 months to a year just getting people to know that you exist in the community. And so you are going to need what we call working capital, which is a savings account for your business. It is 6 months worth of funds to pay for your overhead. What is your overhead? Your overhead is going to be your payroll. It is going to be your rent. It is going to be your utilities. It's going to be the credit card processing fees. Your overhead is basically everything, all the bills that you have in your beauty supply store that are consistent on a monthly basis, that literally don't really change. That's your overhead expenses. And you have to think about how much it's going to cost you just to keep your doors open, and how much do you need to make to cover that. And because, again, like I said, guys, when you are building your store for the first couple of years, people are just knowing that you're there, right? And so, because it's going to take you time, depending on the type of marketing you do and how aggressive you are with your marketing, it's going to take a minute for people to like actually know that you're there. And so that's why it's so important for you guys. Ow, ow, ow. That's why it's so important for you guys to have this working capital in place, because you need this money to make sure that you're able to restock the inventory in your store. You're able to pay people. You don't have to cut corners. You're not going to have to use your personal credit card or borrow money from other people. Like, you're just going to have this money stacked to the side so that you can just continue to pay your bills as you are building your beauty supply store, and you're protecting your cash flow at the same time. Again, guys, another reason why people fail is the lack of cash flow in the business in the beginning, because now you're having to pay people, you're having to do marketing, you're having to do all these things while build your customer base, and things can get tight and things can get squeezed, and it gets uncomfortable, and you can't breathe. Okay, when you have a working capital savings, you can breathe, because you know you have money to pay your overhead. You don't have to fire people. You don't have to cut the marketing, because this is what people do when things start getting tight. They start firing people. Now you're hiring your mom. You start cutting your marketing. Now you don't got the ads running. Now people don't know your store is there. You can't cut marketing, guys. You cannot cut. Oh man, I think I done messed my contact up. You cannot cut marketing, guys. That is not what you need to do. And you shouldn't fire people either and hire your family. That's another common mistake, y'all. But that's another video. I just messed up my contact. This is gonna mess with me for the rest of the live. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, let me try to do this with my contact messed up. Okay, so we got the inventory, right? We talked about inventory. We talked about building out your experience. And we talked about making sure that you have the working capital, right? A lot of times people try to piece a store together. They try to throw a store together with no plan, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and say that's not what you want to do. You don't want to just randomly throw a store together and start putting things together as you go along, right? You want to make sure that all of this is together before you get started, right? You want to make sure that you have a plan in place. Oh my God, my eye. Before you get started. And so making sure that you have the right plan in place is going to be paramount. And making sure that you have the right blueprint in place is going to be paramount. And so I'm going to be deep diving into all of this, guys, on the next 5-day challenge. As you guys know, we have our challenge that's coming up actually next week. We are shutting down enrollment tomorrow, and we start our challenge on Monday. I can't believe the week is finally getting here because I've been promoting this challenge for a long time, and I just want to get to it. And I know a lot of you guys want to get to it too. So I just dropped the link if you're interested in joining us for 5 days, where we're going to build the foundation of your beauty supply store. This contact is going to take me out. Oh, why is this happening while I'm on a live? My God. The devil been trying to take me out since this morning, y'all. I drove to a coffee shop to do work. Drove all the way to the coffee shop, and boom. Sis didn't even have her laptop with her. Oh my God, not today, devil. So, all right, the link is there, guys. I just dropped the link. Let me know if you can click on that link. We have 2 ways that you can get into the room. We have a VIP, which is an extra hour of coaching and Q&A. So we have our general, where you're going to get the training and you're going to get the workbook, and you're also going to get the replays. And then you have VIP, where you'll get the additional hour, which is the Q&A that we're going to be doing. It's going to be lit, y'all. I haven't done a challenge since last year sometime. And my challenges are always lit, because every single day we're going to be training, we're going to be working, and we're going to be setting the foundation for you to be able to open your beauty supply store. So when people take my challenge, y'all, they walk away with a blueprint of how to get things done. They walk away with a clear timeline, a clear to-do list, funding figured out so that they can open their stores and make their first 6 figures in their first year. Okay. So if that is something that you want to do, guys, first of all, the 5-day challenge is literally your next step. Okay. Day 1, we are going over your fundamentals and getting you into being a retailer, right? Understanding retail language and understanding retail concepts so that foundation is solid. Day 2, we are breaking out your brand identity. What is going to be making you different from the competition, so that people understand when they're stepping into your experience, they're stepping into something that they have never seen before. Okay. That is the importance of branding. That's day 2. Day 3, we're getting into the business models of retailing and beauty supply. Because I tell you guys, there is more than one way to make money in this industry. Not all stores are built the same. There's several different strategies for you to make 6 and 7 figures in this industry. I'm going to teach you guys all of the different business models day 3. So that day 4, which is a big day, because day 4 is the day that you literally legalize everything. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make the business official. So by day 4, y'all, we are going to be walking away with our beauty supply business legally structured and built. So I'm going to be teaching you guys all the different licenses and permits that you will need for your store. I'm going to walk you guys through what that looks like. And then I'm going to be sharing with you also on day 4 the systems that you need to have so that you can start generating and making revenue in your business. Okay, so day 4, we make it official. Then day 5, once we make it official, day 5, we go into the funding. You have to have an official business in order for you to get that funding for your business, right? So I'm going to be teaching you guys how we was able to help our clients get 1.5 million in funding for their beauty supply stores. I'm going to be giving you guys the funding roadmap and breakdown of how to do that and how to build your business plan and financial projections so that lenders can say yes to your application. So I'm going to be giving you guys the TM breakdown and formula for all of those things. So it's going to be a really solid 5 days. I am incredibly excited to be training you guys live because I love to do live trainings. I love to be able to get eyes on your stuff, give you feedback live, give you coaching live, go through your homework assignments, make sure everything is right. But you only get that part in the VIP. So the VIP is where we go through your stuff, make sure everything looks good, put this in, take that out, add that in, change that around. That's what the VIP session is for. So if you're really serious about this, you want to definitely upgrade to be in that VIP room so that you can get eyes on your stuff and get that feedback and get that coaching from me. Okay. But everybody at the sound of my voice should be in this challenge. If you have an interest in opening a beauty supply store, or if you open a beauty supply store and you want to make sure that you have the fundamentals set up and maybe you have missed a few things like I did, this will also be very much worth your time. Okay. So we have an hour for training, and then we have an additional hour for questions and feedback and coaching. That's going to be the second hour with the VIP room. Okay. So, and we're shutting down registration tomorrow because we start next week at 7 p.m. Eastern time. However, the replays will be available. So don't worry about it. If you can't make it live, you'll get the replay, the next day. Okay. So that is it for me, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with your girl tonight. And I will see you guys in the challenge. Next week we start. Have a good night.